Hi, this is Sonya with Artsy Solutions, and welcome to the hashtag How Do You Do Art Challenge. And it's hosted by Sharyl of The Whole Bucket on YouTube. And for the July challenge, it lasts all month long, and you have all month to create something. You can make a junk journal using OnlyJunk. So I have gathered. I've been collecting stuff for a minute. And these are just some stuff that I might use, I might not use, I don't know. But just to kind of give you an idea of some of the stuff that I collected. This, a few months ago, I got in another vehicle, and then this is what my tag came in. And then you can use like an envelope, you know, like junk mail, just junk, what was this? Card holder agreement, you know how they're always sending junk mail, wanting you to get a credit card or whatever. Oh, this is my insurance ID card thing. And then this is just a piece of paper that came with the art supplies. And this is the gel runoff. Like I said, I may or may not use these. This is a bad print. I did that last year. And then I've got some acetate that I've used. You know, and then just some leftover stuff from projects from who knows how long ago. Gosh, this is probably about 2-3 years ago. And then just some runoffs from my gel plate. This is on tissue because I like to have different textures. You know, like tissue, like vellum, or just whatever, you know, because you can die cut shapes out of the vellum and stuff like that. So I might, even though it says use only junk, I might still die cut some stuff using the junk, or I might stamp and fussy cut, or so, you know, we'll see. And then this was from my bookshelf that I made last year, or I didn't make, but I had put it together. And this is just from papers from a journal. I might use that in something else. I think I'm gonna use it in something else. And then here's some of KJ's, my youngest son, some of his leftover stuff that he had years ago from school. And I just thought, especially with the crosswords and stuff like that. And then sheets. What is this sheet? Yeah, just paper bag. Love to use paper bags. Amazon packaging. And then I also collected some like string, you know, like string from your projects and things like that, from your sewing machine. Like mine acts up a lot like it's doing now. But I just kept like some of that. I don't know, I might actually make like a some type of knitting or something. I don't know. We'll see. We've got that. And I've got some fabric scraps from leftover projects. Then I got soda can tabs because, you know, I got to have embellishments. So maybe do something with some soda can tabs or whatever. And this right here was a used dryer sheet that I had, I think I had dyed this a couple years ago when I was doing some rust dyeing and stuff like that. And then I also sprayed some stuff on it too. So that's what some of this is. Used dryer sheet. That's a good junk thing to use. What is this? Yeah, all these, yeah, a lot of these are dryer sheets and stuff like that. Scrap fabrics, you know. And then, let me just move this out the way. I also have, I collected, like, I can add this in my journal. I kind of put it in like this, and then it can just kind of pop open, you know. This was Mother's Day gift or something. I don't know. Something came in that. I forgot. But, I mean, you can just use, like, gift bags. You can use packaging, you know, like your tags and whatever that came with it. And then, of course, These are pretty sturdy. You know, like I said, your advertisements, you could actually use that to scrape on some texture paste or something, or just use it as a card. You could use that. And then here's tissue that came in with some shoes. I had kept that. I've had that. And then, you know, just packaging in general. And I like how this closes. So I may, like I said, I may or may not use these. I'm not real sure yet. But it's just an idea of some of the things that you can use. You can turn this into like a little pocket or something, you know, stuff like that. There's some more plastic, because I love the closures on these. So we'll see if I'm going to use these or not. Like I said, I love the closures. And if you had like Tide or Gain or laundry detergent pods, years ago I had recycled a Tide pod bag, and I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in how I did that. Gosh, that's probably like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, and I did that because I liked the closure, and it's good to store stuff in. So matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be like an ephemera journal, or ephemera storage journal. I think that's what I'm going to make this into. But yeah, so you can use old packaging and stuff like that. Of course, you can use your scraps. And then I've got some die cut negatives that you can use as stencils. So most people throw these away, but you know, I've had these for I don't know how long. And then just scraps, you know, because some people consider scraps as junk. I don't, because I keep everything, but it's still, some people consider it as junk. So, yeah. So, I think since I am going to make like a storage journal, I'm going to probably make my pages. It's going to be a small little old storage journal, probably for like small stuff like words and numbers and just little old small things that you can put inside of a journal. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of keep this like a small, easy project. So, I've gathered, let me move all this out the way. I'm going to work on my pages, of course, first, and then I'll decide my closure or my cover. My cover I'll probably use either the Amazon packaging or that Sheets paper bag, because it's thick enough for my liking. So I'm probably definitely going to use this. And I'm just going to, you know, just like your standard journal, just fold up my pages, and just depends on how thick you want it. Move that out the way. Let me take that off. This was like misprint, or was it, what was this? Oh, I had glued that on there. Oh, we can still use that for something. And I'm just going to leave it in the same shape that it's in. And we can have like a tip in. I can just add in something. What is it? That's something in there. But yeah, I can just add another piece to the page on there. So that'll be a page. Set that aside. I'll probably definitely do some type of windows of something. This is going to be a page. And the fun thing about these is you can just add paint. You can cover it up. You can make collages, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably do a lot of collaging. And then gotta have our little envelopes. I need to find another envelope. I figure out how to add this. I'm just gonna fold this over like that. So I am definitely going to use this. And then we've pretty much got our pages. And so as far as decorating them, you can use mixed media, or you can, whatever you want to do, really. I think I'm going to do some collaging. I'm going to What I'll probably do on different days throughout the month is I'll decorate them page by page. I'll just decorate it throughout the month. That's what I want to do. But to start out, I'm just going to keep it like uber duper simple. I'm just literally going to combine these. I'll figure out what to do with that. Okay, so it doesn't even matter which one comes first. Okay, this is literally junk. I just want you guys to know that this is out of my comfort zone, because normally I have everything planned out, but I have zero stuff planned out on this. I haven't even distressed anything. I haven't done like this is so out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it because that's what the challenge is about. Do things that you haven't done yet, and yeah. Put this over here, and I could distress it, but I haven't decorated it yet. So, but it's junk. So this is going to be my junk journal that's going to hold my storage stuff in it. So should I go ahead and stitch these, or should I don't want to mess up, so. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because like I said, I'm so indecisive. Page by page. And since it's going to be all month long, I've got everything in the order of how I want it, right? So I'm just going to set these other pages to the side. And today only, I'm going to work on this page. So I'm going to glue this on here. Get my little paste. I'm going to glue this on. And I'm going to decorate just this page. And along the way, throughout the month, I'm going to be decorating the other pages. So that, which side? Yeah, I'll put it on this side right here. That way, we can have a full, complete journal storage. Okay, so we've got that, and hold on. Okay, so I'm going to paint this, and I'm just randomly, I just grabbed whatever color I came to first. Oh, I can use this before, but it's dry. All right. And you can always use a brayer. You can put this on a jelly plate, and that would probably be better if you have a jelly plate. If you don't, that's totally fine, because I'm not using one. I've got one, but it's in storage. I have a few of them, actually. They're in storage, but I'm not taking them out because I want to be able to just use what I have. You know what I mean? Like, just use bare minimums. Like, that's my goal. I just want to see what I can make with just what I have. Just junk. That's the fun of it, right? Okay. And I'm just gonna put that on there like that. See what kind of print I can get from it. I like that. That's cool. That's pretty cute. I just got to make sure that it doesn't get stuck to it, you know. And then we're gonna add some on this side. Do the same thing. Then I'm just gonna flip this down. And do the same thing. That way the pages can mesh and blend in together. I'm just going to wipe that window off. We don't want that covered up. Alright, so I'm just going to let that dry and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that this side is pretty much dry, pretty much, I mean it might be still slightly wet, but anyway, we're going to go ahead to this side and I'm just going to use white gesso on this. And I don't mind if the words kind of peek through because ooh, maybe I got a little bit too much on there. So what I'll probably do with that extra white paint is I might take and go over some of these other pages with it off camera so I don't waste. And then yeah, I'm just going to paint this and like I said, I'll just take that extra paint off camera and then go over some of those other ones just so I don't waste it. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I've decided to add some white gesso to the green, the original paper that I was working on. I'm going to add, I'm going to add some to the front side of it too, or the inner part of it. Because I decided to just go ahead and just paint all the pages that I'm going to be painting in one setting. That way I don't have to take the paint back out again, you know what I mean? And they can just go ahead and get dry since I'm painting anyway. So, and what I've done is, and you don't have to do this, it's just an option. I'll go ahead and put the paint over, you know, the main portion of the page that I'm wanting to cover. And I don't really like these lines, these brush stroke lines. So I would just take another page that still needs a little bit more coverage on it, and I'm just putting it over top of it, and it's picking up some of that paint, and it's also going to leave like a little texture, and it kind of helps blend the paint in so it doesn't leave those strokes. It kind of, I like the leftover look that it gives. So I just kind of carefully take it loose. And, well, you can still see the strokes. I might take another page. I think I will take another page and go back over that one again. Let's see, this one, you can still see the cobalt. So let me do that. Let me put this on here and see if it can pick up some of that paint. Yeah, see, it's kind of, it blends it in a little bit better. I like that a little bit better. So I'm letting these dry in layers. I'm having to go back over them more than one time, but that's cool too. So let me move this. I need to let this one dry, but it it actually has paint on both sides, so I've really got to be careful. So, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. So when I get done with these, I'll be right back. Okay, so I messed up. I got impatient and I was trying to dry the envelope, and then I forgot, you know, it has plastic on it. So I'm going to try to fix this. This is still a little bit damp from the paint. I'm just going to set that to the side. And I've got my other pages still drying. I'm going to have to try to salvage this. So I'm going to have to take it apart. And you remember that little acetate piece that I had, that scrap acetate? I might have to bring it into play because I'm going to have to take this off of here, this other piece that was on the window unit, because by it crinkling up, it's drawing up the page, and I don't want it to do that. I'm just going to have to take this completely off. I'm going to try without messing it up. might have to just cut it out. And I still can't find my embroidery scissors. I would have used those to try to cut this out, but I don't know what I did with them. I'll find them somewhere. Alright, so by taking that out, I can put this back into the correct shape it should be in, instead of it being crinkled up, you know. So, where did I put it at? Let me find, I'm just going to get a little piece of that acetate, and I'm just going to put it back on here. Alright, so I found the acetate, and I'm wondering, because you know I like grungy, right? Should I grunge it up or just leave it clear? I'm just going to leave it clear so I don't mess up, because this isn't like a junk journal. This is a storage, and I need to see what's inside. So I guess I'll just leave it clear. But you know how my mind thinks. I always want to go to the grunge. I don't know why. I love grunge for some reason. Alright, so let me cut this down the size. I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Getting it to the approximate size that I need. Now, I may have to stitch this on. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to put some glue around this edge. I've been losing a lot of stuff lately. I don't know where I put my little old thingamajig that pierces this glue. Let me see if I can get lucky and it'll come out. Oh, it came out. What? Okay. That was a shock. Usually I like struggle with this. Okay. Where did I, oh, here it is. So we're just going to glue this on. And even though this little piece right here, piece of acetate, it has a little bit of paint on it right there. That's okay because it's not going to show. Well, that part of it's not going to show because it's on the window. And so we're just going to glue that on there. Okay. Alright, now we got us a window. And I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and I might have to run that through the sewing machine because it might stay, but I'm still going to run it through the sewing machine just in case. Alright, so I'm going to try to finish drying some of this stuff, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I stitched that on, and now we're going to glue this back together. I'm going to use art glitter glue. And actually now is a good time to distress. And so I'm going to distress this, and I'm just going to go ahead and stitch around the edge of this right here as well. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I distressed the papers, or the paper and then the envelope. But my sewing machine, and I stitched around it, my sewing machine started acting up. But I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. It's mine. So, alright, so we're going to glue this back on the way it was at first. So I think maybe by it messing up, it was a good thing. I guess. Because I was able to add this extra stuff. Okay, here's my glue doing its thing. Okay, let's see if we can get it to work like it did 30 minutes ago. I've got to get organized so I can find my stuff. I've been getting bad. I've been just like setting stuff wherever, and that's where I'm losing all my stuff. Can't find my scissors, embroidery scissors. Can't found the little pins, even my little small glue bottles. I need to slide this down a little bit. Okay, yeah, we'll put this up here like this. Slide that down just a hair. All right. So, like I said, this is going to be like a storage, a journal storage for my ephemera and stuff like that. So we've got this envelope, so I can store stuff in there. And then, of course, we're gonna need some pockets. Let's see. I need something thick. I could use acetate as well. I want some decorations too, though. So, I gotta have some kind of decorations in here. I'm gonna use some of these scraps that I used on my last journal. And I considered using that journal for this, but I actually had digitals in there, and so that's not really it doesn't really count as like junk, you know what I mean? But yeah, I can still use some of the same stuff, scraps that I had left over from it, and I think that'll be okay to use in here. Maybe add this right here. Ooh. Oh, my light went out. Alright, so we're going to resume on. Add this. And then I'm going to add I might add some acetate pockets. We'll see. Or I might do a combination of junk journal page and acetate pockets. I need to cover this right here up. So let's see if I have any of that leftover paper. I got scrap paper. Okay, so we've got our little decorations in here a little bit, or collage in here. So what I'm going to do, since I need some pockets, I'm going to have like a few, for this first page, I think I'm going to have like one coming up this way, and then maybe two going across, such as like that. And then on this one, I don't know, I might do a belly band. I don't know, we'll see. So I'm definitely going to probably use this. Now, this Amazon packaging, this particular one, is thick. And I know if I'm going to be using this as a page, this was originally just a regular thin page. But the good thing about adding acrylic paints is a lot of times it toughens it up, makes it thicker. But it's still kind of, I don't want it to tear. Like if I put a pocket here, then I make it full, you know what I mean? It's going to kind of bulge, and it might start to tear on the sides because of the weight of all the stuff that I'm holding in it. So what I might do to try to make it even out is just put maybe a full size pocket back here made of the same material, and then some smaller ones on these sides. So that's what I'm going to do. So Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a belly band with this acetate. So first what I'm going to do, let me cut it down to size. So this is what, 5, let me cut this down to 5 inches. I'm going to cut it in 2s, like it's, see, how wide is this? This is about 3 1/4 inches. Or yeah, 3 3/4 inches actually. So 1 1/2, 1 3/4. We're just gonna cut it at like 1 3/4 roughly. And then I'm just gonna put these two together. I don't know if you can see them or not. These 2 pieces of acetate. I want to put these 2 together, and I'm also going to include behind the acetate, I think I'm going to add this behind it as well, going across. And no, this is going to be a belly band, but this is also going to be like a pocket belly band, if you know what I mean. Like I'm going to be able to put some stuff down in here. Let me turn it around like this. The short end is going to go to the front. Let me straighten this out. Actually, let me just cut both of them down to the same shape. I think that will look better. So this is what, 1 1/2 or 1 3/4. Let me cut this down to 1 3/4. So I'm basically taking 2 pieces of acetate that are the same size, and it's going to be like a storage area, you know what I mean? And it's going to go across like so. So let me cut this down to okay, so I started stitching that, and then I thought, you know what, like this is going to need, if this is going to be a belly band, then I would have to glue it to the ends. But since the only ends that are coming out would be long enough, would be these little old banners, and that's very thin. So I'm going to have to reinforce it. And I guess I'm just going to glue, I'm going to glue this on here. Let me, and then that's going to be like a pocket. That's going to be like a background. Okay, I found some sturdy paper that I had left over from another project that I did. So, let's see. This is going to go straight across. So let me glue this. Basically, I'm going to be gluing this part, this bottom, and this part. Okay, so I got these stitched together, and they're pretty, well, kind of sturdy. You know what I should have did? I still need to stitch. Oh my goodness. Like this. because it's not, I mean, it's glued, but I have a feeling it'll come loose. You know what I mean? Because it's only held by this little old itty bitty thin paper on each side. It's, yeah. I thought that when I stitched here I had it, but no, I need this, at least at minimum. Or, you know what I could do to make to short it? I could actually add an eyelet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an eyelet on each side. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm pretty much done now. So for today, we've got us a little pocket here, tuck spot here, and then within the tuck spot, we have room for, this is a pocket, and this is a pocket right here. So you can put some stuff down in there. And then of course we have an envelope, and then we've got this pocket right here, and we've got this little tuck spot right here. I can tuck tags down in here just like I can tuck tags down on that first one. And who knows, I could maybe even put like mini little buttons and things that I make, or something small, you know, we'll figure it out. I could put those down in there. And then we have our little pocket back here. It's looking kind of bland, but it's okay. We're just now starting. And this is just one of the pages that I made. So, and then here are the other pages, the ones that I did add some white gesso to. Most of it's overall dry. Some of it's still a little bit tacky, but it's okay. But yeah, this is going to be my little storage journal. So on the next episode, we'll probably, I don't know, we might do some decorations and stuff, like some embellishments and stuff that I can actually put in here. So we'll see. And those embellishments are going to be made from junk. So there might be die cut things, or or a combination of die cut, resin, or glossy accents, or stamped and fussy cut, you know, from coffee dyed junk paper, or whatever it is, you know. So we'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't really made up my mind what the next one's going to be yet. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos, blog, and social media sites. And if you want to participate in the hashtag howdoyoudoart challenge, you can do so. And if you want to share it on social media, just use the hashtag howdoyoudoart. And we would love to see you. And feel free to tag us so we can see your creations. So thanks for watching and happy crafting.